At the beginning of the 18th century, the Mughal Empire, which controlled the Indian subcontinent, was the most powerful and prosperous state in the world. 100 years later, the Mughal Empire was no more, and the Indian subcontinent was controlled by the United Kingdom. On the surface, this seems very odd. The United Kingdom is far away from India, it has far fewer people than India, far less wealth, and while it did have a slight military edge, it was not a dramatic military edge. So how was it that this small country in Europe was able to dominate India in such a short period of time? I'm not going to give you a blow-by-blow account of how it went down, but I will give you 5 key reasons that allowed this to happen. I think what a lot of people believe is that the United Kingdom had a major military and technological edge. The reality is that they did not have a significant military and technological edge, with one key exception, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But the first big thing that happened, the thing that made everything possible, was that the Mughal Empire collapsed. And it didn't just split into a couple of pieces, it exploded. So instead of being controlled by this one big, powerful state that could muster all the resources of India, the Indian subcontinent became dotted with all these small states. Had the Mughal Empire survived, or just fallen apart in a different way, there's no way the United Kingdom could have come to dominate India. The second big thing that happened is through a series of, frankly, lucky events, the United Kingdom gained control over the region of Bengal, which happens to be the most prosperous part of India at this time. The wealth of Bengal would bankroll most of the United Kingdom's efforts on the Indian subcontinent. The third factor was a lack of nationalism. To those of us living today, the idea of one country ruling another one far away with a different language and a different history and a different culture, it seems very odd. But for most of history, that is pretty much how things worked. See, if you're a wealthy landowner, you want security, you want wealth, you want status. It doesn't really matter who is giving that to you, as long as that's what you are getting. If you look at India's history, they are constantly being invaded and ruled by outsiders. In fact, the Mughal Empire originated in modern-day Afghanistan. This meant that as long as the British could use savvy diplomacy, a combination of carrots and sticks to bring the powerful people in the local area in line, it had a pathway to control this land far, far away from the United Kingdom. The fourth key factor is the Navy. Indian armies were just as good for the most part as European armies. They had muskets, they had cannons, they employed modern tactics, but where the British had an advantage was with their Navy. At this time, sea travel is so much faster than land travel, so the British could move troops and resources from one area to the other very quickly, whereas the Indian states they're at war with were not able to be as nimble. Time and again, this proved to be a critical advantage for the British. So all 4 of the factors I mentioned made it possible for the British to conquer India, but it was not sufficient. The 5th crucial factor was good luck and good choices. When you study this period of history, what you find is time and again, the British put into very difficult situations, but managing to emerge even stronger than before due to good luck and good choices. If Robert Clive commits suicide and is not leading British forces, it's possible the British do not take Bengal. If the Marathas and Mysore are led better, it's possible the British suffer setbacks they cannot recover from. If the Indian Revolution of 1857 is more successful, then British rule over India could be in danger even at that late hour. So look, no matter how much of these structural things were lined up for the British to be successful in India, in the end, it did come down to good choices and good luck. One of the goals of this channel is to get you interested in the different topics that we discuss. So if you want to learn more about the British conquest of India, check out this video by the channel Kings and Generals on the Battle of Plassey, which was a critical battle that allowed the British to gain control over Bengal and then later on the rest of India. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.